Welcome to the live final round of the 2021 Canadian Geographic Challenge National Final. My name is Sarah Black, the Manager of Education Programs for the Royal Canadian Geographical Society, and today I have the pleasure of being your host. I would like to begin this competition by acknowledging that the land on which I am presenting on is the unceded territory of the Algonquin peoples, who have been the guardians of and in relationship with these lands for thousands of years. I would like to thank everyone for giving up part of their Sunday to spend it with us celebrating geography and celebrating the Canadian Geographic Challenge. The CanGeo Challenge is an annual student geography competition hosted by the Royal Canadian Geographical Society, and today's live event is a celebration of 5 very special individuals who ranked among the top geography students in Canada. The CanGeo Challenge is our longest running education program, and this year we are celebrating its 26th year. Every year, students from across the nation compete at the classroom, school, provincial and territorial, and finally the national level to earn a spot in the top 5 in the top 5 for the live final. This is a full year commitment. Although it has been a difficult time for everyone with what has been happening during the COVID-19 pandemic, our young geographers have gone above and beyond this year and truly demonstrated their love and commitment to geography and our planet. I'd like to applaud the hard work and efforts of all the students who have participated in the challenge, no matter where you are now, because without you, we wouldn't be here today. We are especially proud of the dedication that our 20 national finalists have shown in preparing for and tackling the tests we put before them this weekend. I would also like to take a minute to remember the late Alex Trebek, who was a lifelong supporter of the Canadian Geographic Challenge and helped us develop the challenge throughout the years into the competition you see today. A big thank you also goes out to all the fellows of the Society, the educators, and the staff who helped make this year's challenge an unforgettable success. The challenge is a cornerstone of Canadian geographic education. Not only does it teach students about geography in Canada, but it also inspires passion for learning and encourages a love for exploration, both close to home and on a larger scale. The challenge brings classrooms and schools together and connects like-minded people across the country. Now, let's meet our top 5 finalists, the reason why everyone is tuning in today. I am going to introduce them one by one and then ask them a question so we can all learn a little bit more about them. First up, let's meet Angid Katra. Angid is from Toronto, Ontario, and is in grade 9 at University of Toronto Schools. Angid, why is geography important to you?
I really think geography is important because it provides us an understanding into the uniqueness of our planet Earth. Today, we face a lot of problems such as deforestation, climate change, overpopulation, a loss of biodiversity, and so many more. I think the best way that revolutions can really occur and changes can happen on our planet is that if each and every one of us is educated about the problems that we face, and that really means that we have to know about geography. And before I tune off, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my 2 geography teachers that helped me, Mr. Farley and Mr. Cook. I really appreciate everything you did, and also good luck to all my fellow participants.
Thank you, Angid. That's as a geography teacher myself, I know that message is truly important to me and a lot of our other geography students watching today. So thank you for that. Next, let's meet Jenny Gia. Jenny is from Vancouver, BC, and is in grade 10 at West Point Grey Academy. Jenny, why is geography important to you?
Well, I think geography is incredibly important to me because I am constantly curious about how our society, economy, and environment is completely different around the world, and I love to be able to explore our world more.
Great, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Next, we have Kevin Shao. Kevin is from London, Ontario, and is in grade 10 at London Central Secondary School. Kevin, where would you like to visit someday and why?
Well, I think Mars is pretty cool because obviously it has a different atmosphere and different composition and a different history. But I think it would be cool to see the similarities and differences between Martian geography and Terran geography.
Absolutely. I also didn't expect you to say that. So I love surprises. Thank you. Up next, we have Liam Shaw. Liam is from Victoria, BC, and is in grade 7 at St. Michael's University School. Liam, where would you like to visit and why?
I think there are many unique places around the world, and I would like to visit all of them. But I think one place that is particularly unique to me is Haida Gwaii. And I would like to visit Haida Gwaii because I would like to see the culture of the Haida Nation who lives there. And I would also like to see the incredible wildlife on those islands.
Absolutely, Liam. That's actually on my bucket list for places to visit in Canada as well. And last, but certainly not least, is Ethan Nguyen. Ethan is from Mississauga, Ontario, and is in grade 8 at Dolphin Senior Public School. Ethan, what does geography mean to you?
Geography to me is a way to explore the world. It's a way to learn about the different people and cultures around the world and how they live.
Great, wonderful. It's so great to have all of you here with us today, and congratulations on making it to the top 5. You are the top 5 geography students in Canada. So let's have some fun today. Before we dive into the first round, I'd like to welcome all of our contestants back into the stream so I can go over some ground rules and instructions on what to expect. Okay, finalists, we are going to be using Kahoot, a well-known real-time quiz program that I bet is very familiar to teachers listening in. Only our finalists will have access to the quiz pins and be able to join in on each round. For our audience listening in today, it is important that no one is using the comments section on the Facebook or YouTube live stream to answer or discuss the questions while the national final is in progress. Instead, I encourage you to grab a pen and paper and play along with us at home. Finalists, there are 5 rounds and 3 video questions in the national final today, totaling 50 points. Each round will have a different theme and will have approximately 8 to 10 questions. There are different types of questions, some multiple choice, some short answers, and some puzzle questions. Most questions are worth 1 point. However, there are some that may be worth double, so listen carefully when I read out each question. The scoring feature on Kahoot is turned off, so you will not know your scores until I announce them at the end of each round. Finalists, please note that you will also be muted during each round. If you need to communicate something, please use the private chat. Here is how each round will go. First, for each question, I will read out the full question. Listen carefully, as the details will help you to answer the question. After each question, I will ask you if you would like me to repeat the question before I press play on the Kahoot. Finalists, type the letter R in the private chat if you want me to repeat the question. I will only repeat a question once. After I have read the question, I will press play on the Kahoot and you will have a condensed version of the question. You will have 20 seconds to answer any multiple choice or short answer questions worth 1 point, and 30 seconds to answer any puzzle question or short answer question worth 2 points. You will answer the Kahoot questions on your handheld device. For short answer questions and puzzle questions, you must press the button to submit your answers. Otherwise, it will not count. At the end of each round, once I have shared the scores, I will give finalists an opportunity to dispute any questions from that round. Please remember that you can only dispute 2 questions total for the entire competition. Finalists, make sure your devices are plugged in and that the auto sleep features on your devices are disabled. If your screen goes dark, you will be kicked out of the Kahoot, and we don't want that happening. Have a notebook and pencil on hand to record any questions you may want to dispute. Finalists, spelling is important. You must spell your answers correctly or Kahoot will mark them wrong. In the event that you misspell something but your answer is deemed close enough to the correct spelling, you will still get the point. We have official scorekeepers and judges joining us behind the scenes today. If you do choose to dispute a question, you may do so, but judges have final say. You must take care not to press the wrong button in Kahoot. Technical issues or buttons mistakenly pressed on your handheld device will not be an acceptable reason for dispute, and you will not get a point. Turn up the volume on your computers and turn off the volume on your handheld devices. Please ask everyone to clear the room where you are so that you can concentrate. Okay, the instructions are done. Are there any questions from our finalists before we begin? Deep breaths, big smiles, and if not, finalists, please use the devices to go to the website listed in the private chat and join in on our first round using the pin provided. Okay, I can see everyone's in. Let's begin. Our first round is all about landlocked countries. A landlocked country is a country that does not border an ocean or a non-landlocked sea. There are 44 landlocked countries in the world. There are 8 questions in this round worth a total of 10 points. Here is your first question. It is a short answer question, so you will have to type your answer and hit submit. Question: how many landlocked countries are there in South America? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. Remember to hit the submit button when you're finished. The correct answer is 2. They are Paraguay and Bolivia. Our next question is multiple choice. The landlocked country of Mali is mostly flat and has an arid climate due to its proximity to the Sahara Desert. Which river flows through its interior and is a major trade route and transport artery for the country? Your choices are Nile, Niger, Congo, Orange. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. The correct answer is Niger. The next question is short answer question. Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country in the world. It borders a sea that is endorheic, meaning that this sea has no connection to any ocean. What is the name of this sea? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. The correct answer is the Caspian Sea. The next question is another short answer question. The landlocked countries of Moldova, Hungary, Slovakia, and Belarus all share a border with which non-landlocked country? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. I can see we have a repeat, so I'm just going to read this question one more time. The landlocked countries of Moldova, Hungary, Slovakia, and Belarus all share a border with which non-landlocked country? And the correct answer is Ukraine. The next question is a ranking question where you will arrange the options in the correct order. Press the button to submit once you're satisfied with your answer. You will have 30 seconds to answer this question. Question: place the following landlocked countries in the correct order from smallest to largest in terms of land area. Your 4 options are Hungary, Luxembourg, Afghanistan, and Rwanda. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct order, nope, I'm not giving the answer yet. I almost gave away the answer there. The correct order now is Luxembourg, Rwanda, Hungary, and Afghanistan. This next question is worth 2 points and is a short answer question. Please use a comma to separate your answers. You will be given 30 seconds to answer this question. Question: the Himalayas are a well-known mountain range stretching across multiple countries in Asia. Name the 2 landlocked countries of the Himalayas for 1 point each. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Bhutan and Nepal. Question number 7 is a multiple choice question. A double landlocked country is a landlocked country surrounded by another landlocked country. Which of the following is a double landlocked country? Your 4 choices are Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Uzbekistan. The next question is a short answer question and is worth 2 points. This is also our last question of this round. You will have 30 seconds to answer. Remember to put a comma between the 2 answers and to press the button, then to press submit when you're finished. Question: Liechtenstein is a double landlocked country. Name the 2 landlocked nations it is sandwiched between for 1 point each. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the answer is Switzerland and Austria. And that's a wrap for the first round. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and everybody can take a quick break while we tally the results. Now, while the official scorekeepers and judges are reviewing the questions, my job as host is to provide our audience with a bit more information along the way. So I thought today I would start with just talking a bit more about what the Canadian Geographic Challenge is. Like I said earlier, it is our longest running program. We're celebrating 26 years, and there are 3 levels of the Canadian Geographic Challenge. Level 1 is available for grades 4 to 6. Level 2, who are the finalists competing today in the national final, they are grades 7 to 10. And level 3 is our senior level competition. They are senior level grades, of course. Now, with everybody moving on to virtual learning this year, we were able to reach a lot more students. And we've had an incredible turnout for participation. The top 5 students here today beat out hundreds of students to make it to the final. We had representation at our national final this weekend from the East Coast. We had some from the West Coast and some representing the West Coast today, and then as well as Quebec and Ontario. The 5 students that you see today, they actually have been with us all weekend since Friday night. We've been giving them tests, and it's been a long weekend of fun, exciting geography challenges and so forth here. So we're extremely proud. I'd also like to highlight, this is one of the very few first years that we've actually had such a diverse range in young students as well. So today we are represented by grade 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we're really excited and really proud of everyone. I'm just going to double check the scores. Okay, would any of our finalists, while we're waiting for the scores to be tallied, would any of our finalists like to give a shout out to their teachers or to share some geography tips and facts? I see a whole lot of serious faces behind the scenes, so I'm going to assume no. So how about I go Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, everyone. We have Engid with 7 points, Jenny with 10 points, Kevin with 9 points, Liam with 10 points, and Ethan with 10 points. Fantastic job. Now I'm going to throw it over to the finalists. Would any of you like to dispute a question before we move on to round 2? I see no comments, so let's move on to round 2. Finalists, please look in the chat for the pin. We're just waiting for everybody to sign in for round 2. Oh, and now everybody's in. Let's get started. Our second round focuses on rodents. Derived from the Latin word to gnaw, rodents are the largest group of mammals. This round is dedicated to these creatures and their habitats. There are 8 questions in this round, worth a total of 8 points. Question 1. Your first question is a short answer question. The capybara is the largest rodent in the world. They are semi-aquatic animals that can be found in both savanna and rainforests, near ponds, rivers, and lakes. Capybaras are native to which continent? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And remember to press submit when you're finished typing. And the correct answer is South America. Next question is multiple choice. This invasive species was introduced to the United States between 1899 and 1930. Today, there are large populations of this mammal, causing a disruptive to the native North American ecosystems. What is the name of this rodent? Your 4 options are the kangaroo rat, the nutria, the marmot, or the muskrat. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is nutria. Question 3, short answer. Porcupines are the second largest rodents in Canada and are covered in quills. Which group of Indigenous peoples whose traditional lands span across Canada's east coast are famous for their artwork and crafts using porcupine quills to generate geometric designs? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. I can see that we want a repeat, so one more time. Porcupines are the second largest rodents in Canada and are covered in quills. Which group of Indigenous peoples whose traditional lands span across Canada's east coast are famous for their artwork and crafts using porcupine quills to create geometric designs? And the correct answer is the Micmac. Question 4 is another short answer question. The Karni-Mata Temple is home to about 25,000 rats, which are fed and worshipped by visitors and temple caretakers. In which country is this temple located? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is India. Question 5, multiple choice. Jerboas are small rodents with long ears that hop and jump to get around. They are native to steppes and deserts across Asia and North Africa. In which of the following deserts would you most likely find jerboas? Your 4 options are Sonoran, Namib, Karakum, or Tanami. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Karakum. Question number 6. This is a short answer question. The American pika is a small herbivorous rodent that lives in mountainous habitats and can mainly be found in the Rocky Mountains region. They are thought to have originated in Siberia and crossed the land bridge from Asia to Alaska thousands of years ago. What is the name of this land bridge that once connected the 2 continents? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is the Bering Land Bridge. Our next question is a multiple choice question. To cope with Canadian winters, many rodents hibernate or enter a state of torpor, but there are some that remain active throughout the year. Which of the following rodents is least likely to hibernate? Your 4 options include chipmunk, groundhog, beaver, or marmot. If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is beaver. Question 8. The next question is an ordering question. Remember, you have 30 seconds for this type of question, and make sure to hit submit when you are ready. The chinchilla is native to the Andes Mountains in South America. Place the following countries, which the Andes cross through, in order from most northern to southern. Your options are Peru, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct order is Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia. Now that concludes our rodent round. But before we tally up the scores, I have our first video question for our finalists. This video question is a short answer question. Get ready, I'm going to play the video.
My name is Isabel Grock. I'm a writer, conservation photographer, documentary filmmaker, book author, and I am a fellow of the Royal Canadian Geographical Society. I am the author of Sea Otters, A Survival Story, which is a children's book that looks at the history, biology, behaviors, future of sea otters, and their role as a keystone species contributing to the overall health of our planet. I love sea otters because their story is extraordinary. They were hunted to near extinction in the 18th and 19th centuries for their fur. It is estimated that 99% of sea otters disappeared then. In the 20th century, following active conservation efforts, sea otters have started to recover, and we're so lucky to have them around on our landscape today. This story is one of resilience and hope, truly inspiring. As sea otters are reclaiming their territory in the North Pacific, can you tell me where the largest number of sea otters live today?
If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Alaska. Thank you, Isabel, for that video question. Now let's take a short break and see where our finalists are with their scores. So I'm going to do my best to fill in the time again during this, at the end of the second round. What I'll do is I wanted to talk more about the fieldwork round. COVID-19 obviously challenged us to be extra creative this year. And so this year we decided to focus on trees. So the whole concept of the fieldwork was to encourage our students to go outside, to explore, to observe. That's what fieldwork is all about. So on Monday, we emailed all of our finalists with an observation booklet and encouraged them to head outside safely and explore and observe trees in their neighborhood. Fieldwork is all about getting outside, exploring, and observing. We also taught students how to identify select trees using a tree key, and even how to determine the approximate age of a tree. Students then applied what they learned yesterday in their fieldwork test and used Google Earth to explore some other forested areas across the globe. The areas explored include Big Lonely Doug in British Columbia, Hyde Park in Toronto, and even forests in Indonesia. And I can tell you we had some great feedback, a lot of creative answers, and it was a lot of fun to be working with the students this weekend. So we're just going to take a short break while we tally up the questions, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, enough is enough of the rock puns in the private chat. Let's reveal the total scores before we move on to the third round. Engad, you have 14. Jenny, you have 15. Kevin, you have 15. Liam, you have 15. And Ethan, you have 17. If any student wishes to dispute a question, now is the time to do so. Okay, moving on to round 3. Oh, I have a finalist. They'd like to dispute the Aleutian Islands. Just one moment while we discuss with our judges. Nope, the sea otter population is not as big there, so the judges did take that into deliberation. I have Jenny. She would like to dispute Beringa. I believe those points were awarded to you. Okay, without further ado, let's move on to round number 3. Finalists, look for the pin in the chat. Everyone's in, let's go. Our third round today is UNESCO. UNESCO not only protects natural landscapes, but also its history and culture of places. The following round is dedicated to the diversity of cultures represented in UNESCO World Heritage Sites. There are 9 questions in this round, worth a total of 9 points. Here's your first question. It's a short answer. Formed entirely through erosion, Goreme National Park and the rock sites of Cappadocia is a unique cultural landscape where you can explore rock-hewn sanctuaries and underground towns. Which country is this site located in? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. Oh, I see we want a repeat of the question one more time. Formed entirely through erosion, Goreme National Park and the rock sites of Cappadocia is a unique cultural landscape where you can explore rock-hewn sanctuaries and underground towns. Which country is this site located in? And the correct answer is Turkey. Our second question is a multiple choice question. In Ireland, you can visit the rugged and remote island of Sealg Michael, also known as Skellig Michael. The site is an early Christian monastery and settlement. This monastery was built on high, steep rocks, which were formed millions of years ago by receding glaciers. What is the type of landform called? Your options are crag, moraine, cirque, or esker. If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is crag. It is a twin pinnacle crag, to be exact. Question 3 is a short answer question. The city of Bukhara in Uzbekistan, for more than 2,000 years ago, was a medieval hub for Islamic culture and theology, and its historic center is still intact today. Bukhara is also an important stop of which famous ancient network of trading routes between Asia and Europe? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Silk Road or Silk Route. Question 4. This is a multiple choice question. The monolithic human figures of Easter Island, which are known as the Moai, were created between the 10th and 16th century by the indigenous people living on the island as a way to honor and represent their ancestors. What is the name of the people who carved them? Your options are Maori, Rapa Nui, Dongsun, or Aymara. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And I just realized I was on mute. Tech problems. Sorry about that, everybody. Question number 5. Let's just start again. The answer to the previous question was Rapa Nui. Question number 5 is a short answer question. Founded in 1519 by the Spanish, this city was once known for its shipbuilding and as a major port in the New World. Its mix of Baroque and neoclassical architecture and defensive fortifications are well preserved, and the old center became a cultural World Heritage Site in 1982. What is the name of this city? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Havana. Question 6. Our next question is another short answer question. The Prambanan temple compounds dedicated to the deity Shiva are the largest temple complex in Indonesia for which religion? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. I can see we want to repeat one more time. The Prambanan temple compounds dedicated to the deity Shiva are the largest temple complex in Indonesia for which religion? And the correct answer is Hinduism. The following is a multiple choice question. The Mont Saint-Michel Heritage Site in Normandy, France, is famous for its Benedictine Abbey and surrounding medieval village. This site is sometimes called the Wonder of the West because of its unique appearance. On what type of landform is this abbey built? Your options are atoll, tombolo, tidal island, or spit. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Tidal Island. Our next question is multiple choice. The old city of Mostar, dating back to the Ottoman Empire, is a World Heritage Site famous for its bridge, Stari Most, from which it takes its name. The bridge spans the Neretva River. Much of the old town and bridge were destroyed during a series of conflicts in the 1990s that resulted in the breakup of Yugoslavia. In which country is this heritage site located? Your options are Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, or Kosovo. If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Bosnia and Herzegovina. Our next question of the round is short answer. Although this place is famous for its beaches and sunsets, its cultural landscape is what makes it special. This Southeast Asian island was identified as a UNESCO cultural landscape in 2021 in recognition of its rice terraces and water temples, which helped the inhabitants of the island become effective rice growers. What is the name of this island? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Bali. And that's the end of round 3. So we're going to do what we did for the other rounds. We're going to have our judges and official scorekeepers quickly look over all of the answers, and then I will be announcing them momentarily. But let's, because we have some time to fill, I thought I'd share a bit more fun facts about UNESCO sites in Canada. So this is just some fun facts for a Sunday afternoon or a late morning. There are 3 types of UNESCO sites. You have cultural, natural, and mixed. Canada has 20 total. There are 9 cultural UNESCO sites in Canada. Among them are Head Smashed in Buffalo Jump, Lonceau Meadows, the Rideau Canal, Landscape of Grand Pre. There are 10 natural UNESCO sites. Some of these include the Canadian Rocky Mountain Parks, Gros Morne National Park, Joggins Fossil Cliff, the Nahanni National Park, Mistaken Point, and then there is one mixed, which I learned about when I was Googling this yesterday. The mixed one is the Pima Oceanaki located in northwestern Ontario, meaning the land that gives life. It is part of the ancestral home of the Anishinaabe. So some fun facts for your Sunday. With that, I'm going to turn off the screen and go jump in and see what the scores are like, and I'll be back momentarily. Okay, and we have our scores. So Engad, you are with 20. Jenny, you have 22. Kevin, 19. Liam, 22. And Ethan, 24. Would any finalists like to dispute before we move on to round 4? Engad, you have 20. And moving on to round number 4, please look in the chat for the pin to join. Everyone's in. Okay, our next round is all about Canadian islands. From coast to coast to coast, Canada has thousands of beautiful and unique islands. The following round celebrates the geography of Canada's unique islands and all that they offer. There are 10 questions in this round, worth a total of 11 points. Your first question is a short answer question. On which island is the hamlet of Pond Inlet located? Type R if you'd like a repeat. And the correct answer is Baffin Island. Question 2 is a short answer question. What is the largest island in the Great Lakes? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Manitoulin Island. Our next question is multiple choice. Sable Island is often referred to as the graveyard of the Atlantic because it has been a site of more than 350 shipwrecks since 1583. Although this island is located almost 300 kilometers off Canada's Atlantic coast, it is actually part of which municipal region? Your 4 options are St. John's, Sydney, Bonavista, or Halifax. If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is Halifax. Question 4 is also a multiple choice question. Growing in shady woodlands and flowering in late May and early June, what is the provincial flower of Prince Edward Island? Your 4 options are the Mayflower, the purple pitcher plant, lady slipper, purple violet. If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is lady slipper. Question 5 is short answer. What is the name of the inland sea located in the middle of Cape Breton Island? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is Bras-d'Or Lake. Question 6 is a multiple choice question. Saturna, Salt Spring, Pender, Maine, and Galiano are part of which group of islands in Canada? Your 4 options are Thousand Islands, Belcher Islands, Fundy Islands, or Gulf Islands. And I can see that there's a repeat. Saturna, Salt Spring, Pender, Maine, and Galiano are part of which group of islands in Canada? Your 4 options are Thousand Islands, Belcher Islands, Fundy Islands, or Gulf Islands. And the correct answer is Gulf Islands. Our next question is worth 2 points and is short answer. You have 30 questions, so you have 30 seconds to answer this one question. Remember to put a comma in between your answers and to press the button. There are 3 Canadian islands among the top 10 biggest islands in the world. Baffin is one of them. Name the other 2 islands for 1 point each. If anybody needs a repeat, type R. Oh, I can see we need a repeat. There are 3 Canadian islands. I can't, we've already pressed play. Ethan, you'll have to keep going. The correct answers are Ellesmere and Victoria. Question 8 is also a short answer question. Newfoundland and Labrador's largest offshore island gets its name from the Portuguese word meaning fire. The island was also considered to be a summer home for the Beuthic. What is the name of this island? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. I can see that we need a repeat. Newfoundland and Labrador's largest offshore island gets its name from the Portuguese word meaning fire. The island was also considered to be a summer home for the Beuthic. What is the name of this island? And the answer is Fogo Island. Our next question is multiple choice. What is the name of the narrow strait that separates Ellesmere Island from Greenland? Your 4 options are the Nares Strait, McClure Strait, Bellot Strait, and Lancaster Sound. If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is the Nares Strait. The last question in this round is a multiple choice question. The Inuit homeland, known as Inuit Nunangat, encompasses an area in northern Canada that accounts for about 35% of Canada's landmass. It includes land claim regions in Nunavut, Quebec, Northern Labrador, and the Northwest Territories. Banks Island is in which region of the Inuit Nunangat? Your options are Nunavut, Nunavik, Inuvialuit, Nunanciavut. Type R in the chat for a repeat. And the correct answer is Inuvialuit. Now, before I tally the scores again, we have another video question. This question is a short answer question. Here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm Diane Draper. I'm a professor in the Geography department at the University of Calgary, and I'm also a fellow of the Royal Canadian Geographical Society. Since 2015, my colleague Shelley Alexander and I have been researching the behavior of landowners toward coyotes in a portion of the eastern slopes of the Canadian Rockies. By the month of May here in Calgary, coyote pups will be about 4 to 6 weeks old. For many decades, here at Nose Hill Park, coyote families have lived and hunted for small rodents to feed their rapidly growing pups. One of the ways that coyotes express themselves is through vocalization, using different sounds to locate and greet family members, attract a mate, communicate danger, identify the presence of an unfamiliar coyote, and to defend their territory from transient coyotes. In this audio clip recorded by Janet Kessler, you will hear 3 coyotes, although it sounds like many more. What is the nickname associated with coyotes because of their vocalization methods?
If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat and I can read the question one more time. And the correct answer is song dog. Thank you for the great video. And that's a wrap for round 4. We're just going to tally up the scores and see what our scores are like. And I thought I'd use this opportunity just to share a bit more information about what the RCGS, or who the RCGS and Canadian Geographic is. So the Royal Canadian Geographical Society is among Canada's largest non-for-profit educational organizations in Canada. Its mandate is to make Canada better known to Canadians in the world. Canadian Geographic Education, who I work for, is the educational committee of the organization. Our job is to help geography teachers teach geography and to inspire students to be geoliterate citizens. Canadian Geographic Education provides free bilingual resources, contests like the CanGeo Challenge, maps, lesson plans, infographics, and much more to help K-12 teachers. Although we believe you can never be too young or too old to learn more about the world and to be a geoliterate citizen. So if you're interested in what we have to offer, cangeoeducation.ca is the place to go. And with that, I'm going to turn off my screen, jump in with a discussion with our judges and scorekeepers, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, finalists, are you back? I knew a couple of them had to just take a quick break. So I just want to make sure that everyone's back and that their cameras are turned on in the back end before I announce, yep, we're all good to go. And so our total scores moving into round 5, Kevin, you have 30, Liam, you have 30, Engid, 31, Ethan, 32, Jenny, 33. I'd like to give the finalists a moment to dispute any comments or questions they might have before we move on to the last round. And without further ado, let's go. Finalists, look in the chat for the pin to join. Okay, everybody's in. The last round today is all about national parks around the world. In Canada, there are 48 national parks protecting more than 340,000 square kilometers of land. Worldwide, there are more than 4,000 national parks. This round celebrates national parks around the world and the unique landscapes they protect. There are 8 questions for a total of 9 points. Here is your first question. It is a short answer question worth 2 points. Remember, you have 30 seconds to answer this question. Please put a comma between your answers and hit the button to submit. Question 1. The famous Iguazu Falls, one of the most photographed waterfalls in the world, and its surrounding rainforest are protected by 2 sister national parks. The waterfall spans the border between 2 South American countries. Name the 2 countries for 1 point each. If you'd like a repeat, type R. I can see that we have a repeat request. One more time. The famous Iguazu Falls, one of the most photographed waterfalls in the world, and its surrounding rainforest are protected by 2 sister national parks. The waterfall spans the border between 2 South American countries. Name the 2 countries for 1 point each. And the correct answer is Argentina and Brazil. Question 2 is a multiple choice question. Serengeti National Park gets its name from the Maasai word for endless plain. Located in northern Tanzania, it is known for the world-famous animal migration, where approximately 2 million of which ungulate species migrate in search of water and fresh grazing grounds. Your 4 options are the antelope, the African buffalo, the zebra, or the wildebeest. If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is wildebeest. Our next question is short answer. Bordering Mozambique and Zimbabwe, this national park in South Africa is one of the most famous national parks in the world and got its fame for being the natural habitat for the so-called Big Five, which are elephants, buffaloes, rhinos, lions, and leopards. What is the name of this park? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is Kruger National Park. Question 4 is another short answer question. Canama National Park, one of the world's largest national parks, is located in Venezuela. It is known for its tabletop mountain formations called tepui and features a world-famous natural landmark that is considered the highest in the world. What is the name of this landmark? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. I can see we need a repeat, so one more time. Canama National Park, one of the world's largest national parks, is located in Venezuela. It is known for its tabletop mountain formations called tepui and features a world-famous natural landmark that is considered the highest in the world. What is the name of this landmark? And the correct answer is Angel Falls. Our next question is also short answer. Kakadu National Park is a vast national park spanning almost 20,000 square kilometers. It is home to more than 10,000 crocodiles and 1/5 of all mammals in the country in which it is located. In which country would you find this national park? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is Australia. Question 6, another short answer. This geographical region at the southernmost tip of South America covers approximately 1 million square kilometers. It is a semi-arid plateau that is home to several national parks, the most popular being the Torres del Paine, Los Glaciares, and Tierra del Fuego. What is the name of this region? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Patagonia. Our next question is also a short answer question. This national park in Indonesia is located in the volcanic Lesser Sunda Islands and is named after a species of lizard that is found only on these islands. This is the largest lizard in the world. What is the name of the lizard and the park? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. I can see we have a repeat request. One more time. This national park in Indonesia is located on the volcanic Lesser Sunda Islands and is named after a species of lizard that is found only on these islands. This is the largest lizard in the world. What is the name of the lizard and the park? And the correct answer is Komodo. Question 8 is a multiple choice question and is the last question in this round. Canada's newest national park protects 14,000 square kilometers of land and is more than double the size of the Greater Toronto Area. It is located in the Northwest Territories on the eastern arm of the Great Slave Lake. What is the name of this national park? Your 4 choices are the Nahanni, Surmalik, Thyadene Nene, and Ugusikalik. If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is Thyadene Nene. Now we have one final video question before we conclude our 2021 CanGeo Challenge National Final. This is a short answer question. Here we go.
I'm Jill Heinerth, the inaugural Explorer in Residence for the Royal Canadian Geographical Society. I have a pretty unusual office. I work in the blackness of underwater cave systems. Now, why would anyone ever want to go into these places? For me, it's an opportunity to collaborate on some remarkable scientific investigations. Inside underwater caves, these are like museums of natural history, where we learn about Earth's past climate, where we study the remains of past civilizations that have used these places as portals to another world. We also study living organisms. The biology inside these spaces is truly remarkable and unlike anything else on Earth, because these animals never see the light of day. Now, underwater caves are formed in a particular type of topography. This limestone-based topography is generally characterized by the dissolution of soluble rocks, limestone, gypsum, dolomite, and these areas are characterized by underground drainage systems like sinkholes and caves. And this particular type of topography has a name. It is known as what type of landscape?
If anybody needs a repeat, type R. Otherwise, we'll answer our final question. I can see Jenny needs a repeat. Underwater caves are formed in a particular style of topography. This limestone-based topography is generally characterized by the dissolution of soluble rocks such as limestone, gypsum, and dolomite. These areas are characterized by underground drainage systems like sinkholes and caves. This particular typography has a name. What is the name of this landscape? And the correct answer is karst. Thank you, Jill. I always enjoy seeing your office. And that's the end of the 2021 Canadian Geographic Challenge National Final. Congratulations to our finalists. Way to go. I'm just going to bring all of the finalists back up on screen again so everybody at home can cheer them on and congratulate them for a stressful and exciting afternoon. So we're going to bring on Kevin and Liam and Angad and Jenny and Ethan. And if you're watching from home, give them a last round of applause. Yay, yay! Thank you for being amazing. How do you think you did? Big smiles, deep breaths, it's all over. Let's hope that there's not a tiebreaker. Okay, while you're up on screen, you can remain there. I'm going to share a bit more information about our explorers. The last video you saw was from RCGS Explorer in Residence Jill Heinrich. She is our inaugural Explorer in Residence and has a fabulous job as an underwater cave diver. Adam Schultz, he is another Explorer in Residence. We actually have 5. Adam Schultz was able to visit and speak with the finalists last night, which was a special treat for them. He's even giving each of the 5 finalists one of his books and signing a message to each of them. And Storm Chaser George Karunis, he is also I almost said national finalist, an Explorer in Residence. And Ray Zahab, he's an ultra marathon runner. And finally, Marine Explorer Mylène Paquette. So with that, I'm going to take all of us off the screen, join in the discussion with the judges, and we will be back momentarily. Okay, so I'm going to bring everybody back onto the stream again and make some announcements. So the first thing I want to begin by saying is how incredibly proud we are. You did fabulous today. Every year we try to make the questions harder and harder. And every year the students always remind us that we need to continue to make our questions even harder and even harder. So if we see any of you back next year, watch out. They're going to be really, really, really difficult questions. You did fabulous today. Well done. I do also want to announce that we have a clear first place and a clear second place, but there's actually a tie for third place. And since there are some monetary awards for first, second, and third prize, we're going to have a tiebreaker. So I am going to announce who our first and second place winners are. And then I'm going to highlight the two students who will be jumping into a tiebreaker round, and more information will come there. So everybody in second place, I would like to congratulate Angid. Angid, you are second place. Congratulations. And our great, yay, I see everybody clapping. In first place, not far behind, Angid had 41 points. First place with 42 points. That is how close it came, is Ethan. Ethan, congratulations. Now our tiebreaker for third place, Liam and Jenny, we are going to have to break this tie. Kevin, congratulations as well. You did fabulous today. I know all of the students in London, Ontario are cheering you on, wearing your colors. And without further ado, I'm going to keep Liam and Jenny on the screen. Everybody else can hide in the background for while we tackle the tiebreakers. So tiebreakers are going to go the exact same way with a bit of an alteration because we're hosting this virtually. So we're going to read the entire round to you all at once. But then what's going to happen is that our scorekeepers and our judges are going to look at your answers once we've completed the entire round, and we're going to compare them. So if you both got the first question right, we look at your answers for the second question. If one of you got your answer correctly, but the other got it wrong, that person wins third place. Does that make sense? And then we go. But because of our platform and our tech today, we have to go through the full round. So that's just a bit of logistics that I can share with everybody. And let's get started. So our first question in the tiebreaker is going to be a short answer question. I'm going to read the question, and then you're going to see the Kahoot up on the screen. So Jacine's going to share a pin with you, and you can join, and let's get started. Okay, we're all in. Deep breaths. Question 1. Arctic life is characterized by adaptation to short growing seasons with long periods of sunlight and to cold, dark, snow-covered winter conditions. Canada is home to about 2/3 of the population of which Arctic animal? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is polar bear. Question 2. Our next question is also a short answer question. The Arctic Circle is one of the 2 polar circles and the most northerly of the 5 major circles of latitude as shown on maps of the Earth. How many countries have territory above the Arctic Circle? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is 8. Question number 3, another short answer question. A national holiday is typically established by law and is usually a non-working day during the year. Which European country has a national holiday called King's Day, during which people dress up in orange to celebrate? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is Netherlands. Question 4 is also a short answer question. The Veredfort crater is named after the town Veredfort, which is near its center. The Veredfort crater is also the largest vertified crater on Earth. What country is it located in? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is South Africa. Great job. Moving on, the next question is short answer. Purebreds are genetically unique varieties of animal species achieved through the process of selective breeding. Which country has a law banning the importation of horses to maintain the purest animal bloodlines possible? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is Iceland. Question 6, another short answer question. Gros Morne National Park is known for its soaring fjords and moody mountains that tower above a diverse panorama of beaches, bogs, forest, and barren cliffs. Gros Morne's ancient landscape is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. What region of Gros Morne National Park is the result of the Earth's mantle having been thrust upward to the surface? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the correct answer is tablelands. Question 7, short answer. Geographical renaming is the changing of the name of a geographical feature or area. This can range from the change of a street name to the change of a country's name. What country was formerly known as Dahomey until it was renamed in 1975? If anybody needs a repeat, type R in the chat. And the correct answer is Benin. Okay, our last tiebreaker question, which is a short answer question. It will be known as our ultimate deciding factor question in today's challenge, because at the end of the day, we need to choose who third place is. The finalist who gets the closest answer to this question will receive the point. The other finalist will receive 0. Baffin Island is Canada's largest island. What is the total area of this island in square kilometers? If anybody needs a repeat, type R. And the total answer is 507,451 square kilometers. Now we're going to go tally the results. I'm going to leave the screen and join in on the judges, and we should have a third place winner momentarily. Okay, I am going to invite all of the finalists to come back onto screen one more time. I'm going to announce all 3 winners one more time, and then I'm going to let everybody celebrate because it's been a long morning / afternoon, and we have a lot to celebrate today. Looks like Ethan's running away, celebrating a little too early. There he is. Okay. The 3rd place winner today is Jenny Gia. She will receive $1,000. Congratulations. Our 2nd place winner is Angad Katra. He will receive $2,000 from the Royal Canadian Geographical Society. Congratulations. And our 1st place winner and champion of this year's Canadian Geographic Challenge is Ethan Nguyen. He will receive $3,000 from the Royal Canadian Geographical Society. Congratulations. Our 4th and 5th place winners are Kevin Shao and Liam Shaw. Join me in congratulating their amazing efforts today. It is not easy to be where these finalists have been today. You did a fabulous job. And with that, we officially conclude our 2021 Canadian Geographic Challenge National Final. I just want to take this time one more time to thank our finalists, their families, and their teachers. I'd also like to thank everybody who participated, and especially the education staff and our judges and scorekeepers and everybody on the back end to make sure these 5 finalists and our 20 national finalists had a great experience to celebrate geography. Now, go celebrate. Thank you, and we hope to see you all next year.